Hi, everyone. Hi. Welcome to Resilience Masterclass. I'm Tatiana Indina, and today is September 1st, 2024. And this is my special Resilience Masterclass that I decided to host on my birthday. So today is my birthday. And why did I choose to speak about resilience with you today? I need to say that with all my background in psychology, in business consulting, all my work with global entrepreneurs and tech innovators, startups, but also other stakeholders like policymakers, scientists, I found this topic of resilience be both fascinating and also very practical and applicable for today's life. So, in this special day, which also happened to be the International Day of Knowledge, since sharing knowledge and education has always been my life's mission, I decided to share with you, all of you who are interested in personal and professional growth and development, to share what I've learned by studying and diving deeper into this fascinating and exciting topic of resilience. So, what is resilience and why it is important? Why it is relevant for us today? Who needs it? And what kind of problems you can solve with the help of this skill, resilience? And which results in your life you can achieve by acquiring this new skill of resilience? All these topics we will be covering today. So, let me start answering. The thing is, we all probably agree that our world is becoming more and more complicated each year. Your parents would probably say that their generation lived in far simpler world that we live in today, with all the wars, the pandemics, the global crisis, and all the challenges, the technological disruption, the AI revolution. Today's generation is facing unprecedented threats that previous generations had no idea about. You can make a list of your own challenges. The global ones will include global warming, decreasing quality of ecology of food, increasing growth of population, decreasing access to resources, access to healthcare, increasing levels of stress, anxiety, and uncertainty, increasing levels of aggression in today's society. And all that affects our well being and our quality of life. Today, most of the world population faces prolonged challenges such as unemployment, financial distress, poverty, homelessness, separation from their family or loved ones, medical and mental illnesses. So, without going into painting a really grim version of reality, a grim picture of the world, um, let's just agree that the world we live in today is not easy. It's not just a cozy, happy, nice place to be. It is, in fact, attacking us on a daily basis, presenting us with a great number of challenges to solve. So we definitely need to be prepared and to develop new skills that will help us not only survive, but to also thrive in this turbulent and challenging times that we live in today. So we all need to prepare ourselves for the future that is coming and to become more resilient. Today, I am opening my 10-day challenge when each day we will be meeting here on my YouTube channel live and talking about this new and important skill, resilience. Learning about amazing and very helpful skill that can help you find solutions to many problems you are facing today. In this 10-day challenge with me, you will get a unique opportunity to learn about 10 different aspects of resilience skill and 2 practical exercises to develop and improve your skills of overcoming life's hardest challenges. What you will be able to accomplish with this 10 days challenge, it is so cool and amazing. Let me share with you. You'll be able to discover hidden strategies that resilient individuals use to conquer extreme stress. strategies that you can learn and master. For example, how to face your deepest fears, to keep cool under the pressure, and to find light in the darkest time. The crucial role of support systems and how to develop them to help you get through your life challenges. You will also prepare your survival toolkit and learn how to harness your physiological, emotional, and mental stress to become unstoppable. You will discover the unexpected powers to transform your pain into your power. You will learn resilience, and it will help you not only to successfully manage and overcome your stress and negative life experiences, but also to recover from failures faster and also prevent a burnout syndrome or recover from a burnout if you're experiencing one. You will also develop effective mental strategies and understand new behavior models that will help you become unstoppable, unbreakable, unshakable in the face of any life challenges, and even the hardest one. Are you excited about this challenge that I am presenting to you today? As a result of this 10-day challenge, you will unleash the power that lies within you and become your own superhero. You will learn the 10 resilience factors, and that could be the difference between defeat and triumph. This will not just another training. It is your blueprint for surviving and thriving in our turbulent and challenging world. Now, who is this training for? Who should attend? Anyone who ever felt the weight of the world on their shoulders, who faced down their demons and wondered, how do I keep going? Whether you are battling your personal storms or navigating your career challenges or personal circumstances, or simply seeking the strength to keep moving forward, this resilience challenge that I am inviting you to become a part of will give you the tools not just to survive, but to dominate any negative situation in your life. Now, since you're here, you probably already know who I am. But for those of you who don't, let me introduce myself. I'm Tatiana Indina. I'm a leadership and entrepreneurship coach with over 15 or maybe already 20 years of experience working with global and international leaders, both C-level executives of large Fortune 500 companies and founders of small disruptive Silicon Valley startups. I used to be a scientist in my past and also a business consultant. I have an expertise in organizational psychology and in social science research. For many years, I worked as a coach and a business trainer with corporate organizations across Europe, Asia, North America. And my expertise covers different areas such as developing soft skills for business leaders, and that can include emotional intelligence, motivation, stress management, personal performance and productivity, teamwork, problem solving and decision making, strategic thinking, etc. And I also have my academic career as a scientist researcher and internet technology researcher. And I've won a number of prestigious international fellowships, such as Fulbright Fellowship, Harvard Berkman Center Fellowship. I've spoken at many international conferences, including the prominent ones such as World Economic Forum in Davos, the United Nations, the Digital Foundation, the Task Force, the G20 meeting, and many others. I authored and co-authored 5 books and published over 50 research papers, science researcher in social psychology. One of my latest books, CEO 2.0, is devoted to developing skills, innovative skills for the leaders of new generation. So this is my short biography that I shared with you so you know better about my background. But now back to resilience. First of all, what is resilience? You will ask me. And psychological researchers that studied this topic, to put it in simple words, They were looking at two groups of people. Both of those groups faced significant life challenges. And scientists studied and discovered that among those people who were negatively affected by some traumatic life events, such as loss or crisis or an illness or act of violence or any kind of horrific event, um, there were two types of people. Nevertheless, both of those types of people went through some difficult hardships in their life, but some of them, people in the first group, seemed to be recovering faster and were less affected by traumatic events in their life, while other people in the second group, they got completely broken and devastated and crushed with those traumatic events that they've experienced. And the researchers were looking at those two groups, wondering what what is different, what defines those individuals who were successfully recovering from their traumas, how they were different from those who could not. Why one group of individuals were more successful and more resilient in overcoming those challenges. Why do some traumatic event survivors appeared relatively secure and others developed really hard, strong post-traumatic stress disorders? Were those genetic differences? Did they have some special upbringing? Do they have different nervous system or personality characteristics? Or do they apply specific strategies of how they deal with stress? And those were the questions that researchers were looking at. And they found out a great deal of fascinating discoveries that we will be talking with you about today in our resilience challenge. We will look at social, biological, physiological, psychological, and spiritual factors that are associating with resilience. And we will review some psychological research materials and take a look at this phenomenon, resilience, from multiple perspectives. Resilience, according to American Psychological Association, is a process of adapting well in the face of adversity, trauma, tragedy, or significant stress. That can include family or relationship problems, serious health problems, or workplace or financial stress. And most of those research findings that scientists worked on were based on the interviews with people and professionals who have overcome successfully significant traumatic events. And instead of being broken by those events mentally or physically, they became stronger and developed certain immunity to stress and trauma. Scientists interviewed resilient civilians from many walks of life, and also special security services agents and military officials to understand better how their profession helped them develop the skill of resilience. And what scientists found out, and from this workshop, this masterclass, I've summarized a lot of research papers. So if you're interested to learn about particular sources, send me a message and I can share a list of literature with you. So scientists interviewed resilient professionals and resilient civilians. And they discovered that those resilient people tended to have similar coping strategies. When confronting high levels of stress, they developed effective coping mechanisms to deal with trauma and stress. And those were the following resilience factors that were discovered. Overcoming one's fear, ability to successfully overcome your fear, ability to maintain optimistic life view, ability to accept and provide social support, ability to apply role models, and ability to obtain and to follow one's moral compass. ability to apply religious and spiritual practices and to accept circumstances that cannot be changed, and also health habits, physical habits, cognitive and emotional fitness. Um, Also, an ability to find humor in difficult situations. On top of that, all resilient people have accepted responsibility for their own emotional well being and use their traumatic experiences as a platform for personal growth and advancement. I found a way to serve society in a positive way. So, one more time, those 10 factors that we will be talking about in our resilience challenge in the next 10 days will include skill of realistic optimism, a skill of facing fear, developing your moral compass, religion and spirituality and its role in developing resilience strategies, social support and social support system, resilient role models, physical, emotional, and cognitive fitness, and also finding meaning and purpose as a factor of resilience. Those are 10 main keys to become a more resilient person and to be able to successfully overcome your life challenges that you will be learning in the course of this 10 days challenge with me if you will be following my YouTube channel. In today's world, more than education, more than experience, more than training, a personal level of resilience will be determining who succeeds and who fails. In Olympic Games, in wars, in military conflicts, in business, it is not the experience of a person that defines who succeeds and who fails, but the factor of resilience. Now, how resilient is the world population today, you will ask? How resilient are individuals and communities and societies around the globe today? And I have some quite pessimistic statistics to share with you. These statistics is based on research that was conducted on a population of United States. So here it is. 80% of American adults don't get the right amount of exercise daily. 40% of American adults engage in no regular physical activity or exercise. More than a third of American population today are obese, and another third is overweight. Approximately 1/3 of American population today suffers from alcohol abuse or drug abuse or has someone in their family who suffers from it. These children spend an average 7 or 8 hours of screen time daily. 70% of US children are having insufficient level of vitamin D because they're not spending enough time outdoors. Approximately 75% of American population aged 17 to 24 is not eligible to join military. Most common reasons for this not eligibility, is a poor physical fitness or a criminal record or a failure to graduate from school. And while our objective standards of living has improved in recent decades, a subjective feeling of well-being and happiness have significantly declined. We have a society level increase of me first culture and me first attitude. And the young generation today lacks ability to carry on relationships and take care of others, putting material needs and personal egoistic attitudes and motives first. It is a very consumeristic attitude that can never be satisfied. Indeed, people suffer from lack of social connections and communities in the past, as much as they suffer from it today. In today's society, the proportion of single-person households increased from 17 a decade ago to 26%. Single people prefer duty-free relationships. They no longer invest in building families or long-term partnerships. Number of lonely single people with no family connections is growing, while majority of individuals in society became too self-absorbed, only ready to take care of themselves, and expecting the world to cater to their needs and to complain. They keep complaining about the state of the world. The world population is becoming increasingly unhealthy. Ecology is getting worse. The quality of food is getting worse. Alcohol and drug consumption goes up, while people are becoming increasingly disconnected socially and increasingly individualistic and self-focused, not being able to develop sustainable social connection or deep relationships. And this is a really troubling tendency. People prefer to stay single instead of creating a family. The community spirit is getting lost. Mental health problems increase, and the amount of new diseases is growing, while our immune system is getting weaker. So now it's more than ever a time to develop better mental, emotional, physical habits and strengths and become more prepared to operate in this complex, turbulent environment that we live in today. Other than equipping ourselves to take action to improve our lives and the lives of those around us, it's time to prepare ourselves and our families and our children and our communities to the times that are coming. And that is why I want to invite you to join my resilience challenge, where in this 10-day challenge, we will be learning this important and really much needed skill of resilience. In order to join the challenge, you can subscribe to my mailing list and you will get notified about our day 2 of Resilience Challenge, which will be happening this week. So make sure you sign up by sharing your contact details to get an invite from us. And with this, I want to thank you for being with me today. And I want to welcome you to this exciting journey of discovering your past resilience, of becoming a better version of yourself, a more resilient version of yourself. I'm honored to be your guide in this journey and help you to discover your powers and become your own superhero, to develop much needed new skill, to get future ready, to become the unstoppable, the unbreakable leader of tomorrow. I'm looking forward to seeing you on our day 2 of Resilience Challenge. And on that day, we will be speaking about our resilience factor number 1, which is the power of optimism and optimistic thinking. So make sure you register to get notified about our day 2 this week. Thank you for being with me today. I welcome you to Resilience Challenge. It was Tatiana and Dina, and I'm looking forward to seeing you at our day 2.